All right. Hey, everyone. Kevin Gainey here. I just wanted to follow up on something I posted yesterday, the difference between trying and training. When you come from a world of, let's say, running or sports, you hear a lot. Somebody says, I'm training for a race. I'm training for a 5K. I'm training for a half marathon or a marathon or an Ironman. You don't hear too many people say, oh, I'm going to try to run a 5K. I'm going to try to do a marathon. When people say those words, either trying or training, it evokes two very different mindsets. Trying to run a 5K or a marathon, which I would not recommend ever trying, I would definitely train for it. But when you hear somebody say that, it evokes this image of the person, they may have pre-registered for the race, or maybe they'll show up the morning of, register for the race, and they got their new shoes that they maybe only got a couple miles of walking in, and they're going to go out there and try to run a 5K. Like, they literally just got off the couch, got out of bed or whatever, showed up at the race, and they're going to try to run and see what happens. But when you talk about training for something, I'm training for a 5K, I'm training for a half marathon, what that evokes is somebody has a plan. They have pre-decided the things that they are going to do, that they are going to prepare their mind and body for, to be able to go out there and do that. And I think that we should always try new things. Let's try new restaurants. Let's try new styles of music. Let's try to get out of our comfort zone. But we really only experience growth with that when we have a plan and we do those things and we're training for it. Like, you can train to get out of your comfort zone. Like trying a new food, that's fine. You probably don't need to train for that unless you're doing world's hottest wings eating challenge or something. You might want to train for that. But I think the difference of trying and training is how much the intentionality and the pre-decision occurs for what you're going to do. If somebody says, I'm trying to eat less, and just show up at the table or show up at the restaurant, and they're depending on their willpower in that moment to either not eat certain foods or only eat certain amounts, that's very different than training, where you have pre-decided, when I go to a restaurant, I'm going to order something that is below this calorie threshold, or I'm only going to order a salad, or I'm only going to eat half of an entree. Same thing for drinking. Like, if you say, I'm going to try to drink less, great. How are you going to do that? Because that requires training. Or, I'm going to try to stop smoking. If you keep buying the packs of cigarettes and saying, I want to try, then that's going to be hard. Or I want to try to stop vaping. If you keep purchasing those things, it's going to be harder for your willpower in the moment to align with what you say you want to accomplish. So training is completely different because you've pre-decided what you're going to do in a given situation. You've rehearsed it in your mind. You have a plan. You know what you're going to do. So yes, we should all try new things. But when we have a goal and we have things we want to accomplish with our lives, let's train. Let's get a plan. Let's talk to somebody who's already done it before, and let's work with them or find a resource to develop a plan and then execute the plan and reach our goal. So in that case, you definitely want to train over trying. And I also wanted to invite you, I am in the middle of writing my book called Who Am I Being? It's my story of surviving open heart surgery emergency, and what I feel is the reason that I am here on this earth is to help people figure out who they are being moment to moment. It's that intentionality, intentional living, and having a plan for how you want to live your life, and then making those decisions moment to moment to show up as your best self. So if you go to whoamibeing.com, we have a special pre-sales offer where you get the book and all the formats. You're part of a community and you'll get extra training. So if you're interested in that, take a visit. We'd love to have you join the community. But at a minimum, my challenge to you is listen to the things that you say, well, I'm trying to do this or I'm trying to do that, and use that as a trigger. Just pause for a second and say, instead of trying, how could I train for this? What system could I put in place? What guardrails could I put in to make it more likely that I will reach the goal of whatever it was I wanted to try to do? So, hope you have a great day. Just thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.